Not MNZ.
Not MNZ. He told us that Sacred's got a nice hero pool, but I feel like people will figure out the cheese picks eventually. Infamous is the team that has kind of recently taken that slot, that possible slot as the top dogs of SA. And you could even hear yesterday Thunder Predator was saying, like, Beast Coast, it's like them versus Beast Coast. I feel like Infamous is the type of team that wants to prove that wrong and has proven it wrong before. So I'm actually going to go with Infamous.
Sorry.
You're not a fan of Skyrath?
No, that hero's yucky.
I love this hero. I think this hero is God mode. The win rate is very good in pro level pubs, sitting at about 55%. It's getting picked a decent amount.
I'm just confirming, what is pro level pubs?
7K plus MMR pubs.
Wow, okay.
Wait, why don't you like Skyrath? I feel like it's a good hero.
It just seems kind of gimmicky to me.
I think it has dropped. Definitely gimmicky, but I think if you have things that make up for the lack of stuff that Skyrath has in the draft, he does offer a lot.
I like if Skyrath Mage is paired with a support that's like Phoenix or something. Like a Phoenix, or if it's like a 5 Sky, like a 4 Earth Spear, like something with AoE, but since your support duo has literally no AoE, it's all single target, it just, in my opinion, it like...
Does nobody play mid Skyrath these days?
No, mid laners need to like be able to rotate more efficiently, I think.
It's almost
he is fast, I guess, but...
It's almost always 4. There's the occasional 5, but from what I've seen, people have tried it, and it's kind of bad.
I know a lot of mid laners, by a lot I mean 2, namely Weehaw being the main one. Favorite hero in the entire game is Skyrath Mage. He'll look for any excuse to play this hero mid. But like you said, it's just not in style these days, sadly.
I'm going to make a correction. Skyrath Mage's win rate has actually dropped recently in pro-level pubs, particularly because I think people started spamming it and the meta shifted a little bit.
I was going to say that a hero like Sky, I played against it maybe like a month or 2 ago. People started picking it. And I feel like the first 2 or 3 times I played against it, I played really poorly. Like, you just forget what it's like to play against a hero. And then you're like, oh yeah, I just cannot farm by myself against Skyrath Mage.
That's fair. That's fair. It's about 50%, which, you know.
He's not Bloodseeker dog tier. He's like pretty good. Like in terms of like, if I get a Sky on my team in pubs, I'm not thinking he's griefing.
Great with Ember.
Yeah.
You can just
even snare into
you can basically
flare. And the good matchup against Void Spirit.
Yeah, you can fish with Ember, so you don't necessarily have to go in with the Sky ult. You can just, like, if it looks good, you can go for it because he's on such a low cooldown.
Hear me out. You know, heroes really good.
Okay.
You know, heroes really good with Ember.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Let me hear it.
Well, I'm asking you what hero you think is really good with Ember.
Okay.
Something you can maybe fish with, maybe like a fish hook.
Okay. I'm picking it up.
With Skyrath.
No, with Ember.
Okay, so setting up the hooks.
Yeah, maybe a Clockwork.
Okay. I see.
What a bait.
More like a Pudge.
Yeah, they're never gonna pick Pudge. Don't kid yourself.
Okay.
You're a joke. Let's see. They need a carry. In reality, they need a carry. Ideally, some guy with stuns. I'm utterly shocked that Faceless Void is not banned. I would imagine that this is going to be an instant ban for Thunder Predator next.
Yeah, that is strange.
AA Earth Spirit, you'd think they can pick Void?
I absolutely think so. You have Skyrath Mage plus Faceless Void. They need something that's good against Sven. Something with the stun. I would be shocked if they did not ban Faceless Void right now.
I think they're going to pick a more survivable carry, and that's why they banned Lifestealer.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, well that is Thunder Predator, but we'll see here.
I'm saying that like
seconds remaining.
Infamous is going to pick a more survivability based carry, and that's why Thunder Predator.
Yeah, I don't think so.
banned
I think they're
Lifestealer.
I think they need a stunner here.
I think PA is actually their pick.
PAIO?
Yes. It's not as bad as everyone thinks it is.
PA sounds fine.
You go in first on the PA, and then you get tethered, rather than like tethering the guy that walks in.
They have good 4-man with the other heroes, or 3-man that they can relocate the PA in. So
is Gyro 2 mixed damage for this lineup?
You do not pick Gyro into AA.
Oh, they banned Faceless Void. Well, of course, according to BSJ, that would have been a dog shit pick, so I don't know why they did that.
One of the few things I've thought Kyle has been right about in his career is how bad Gyro is against Ancient Apparition. The whole idea of the hero is to stand still and Satanic, which is completely countered by Ancient Apparition.
10 seconds remaining.
On paper, it seems like it wouldn't be, but like when you go late game, that is how you scale, and you just don't scale. So I would be a PA fan here.
PA is basically the only remaining non-drow carry
You're not
right
going
now.
IO Drow. I don't
Yeah,
think.
of course. That's what I'm saying. TB, not so great either. They've the Sven counter, a bunch of magic damage. I guess TB's not that bad.
If it was like, if I was playing TB this game, I'd be okay with it. But I think 9th pick, you don't want to like have to play TB here, you know?
Yeah. Chaos Knight is still in the pool, right?
Against Sven.
They do have Sven.
That's a
Stunner,
yikes,
good
my
setup.
man.
Good setup for Sky.
I'm really down for the PA.
Radiant
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
okay.
Medusa. Wow.
Sure.
I don't
Alright.
hate it.
Hmm.
Kind of
Another
similar
one
to
of those-
Gyro, but
yeah,
not nearly
another-
as squishy.
I was gonna say another one of those standstill and satanic U heroes, which is a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. She can go Hurricane Pike though, which actually is a great way to
10 seconds.
counter
remaining.
the Ancient Apparition combo. Unlike Gyro, who's like
5
never building that
seconds
item.
remaining.
Very passive though. Very defensive carry pick.
Yes.
I feel like you can kind of pick like a Bat Rider and just run over it. Oh, it's banned. Any
Only 6
aggressive,
seconds to go,
any
too.
run at you offlaner would be good here.
Bro. Okay.
Yep, that is literally a run at you
Choose your
offlaner.
hero.
Okay.
I was gonna
Not in
say-
a stunning way, but in the come kill me kind of way.
If they did like an offlane Sven and then ran anti-mage, counter Sky and Medusa, that actually would have been sick.
So
I
a
think-
Sacred Omni Knight.
But Omni Knight.
We were talking about this, and I think our biggest point about Sacred was we didn't like his pub play because he destroyed his items. But in games, when he has items, he seemed to be doing a
Hmm.
really good job. And they've given him 10th pick. He's the pace setter. It's his job to run at them. And he will eventually get carried by this Sven who has 50% status resistance.
Mhm.
I like the Omni Knight Sven lineup.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the Medusa. This is like a 32% pro level pub win rate hero. It's been bad for a long time. I like the other draft. So
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens with game 1 right after this break. Welcome back, Pop-Tart. Hello.
Roche Chuck.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, so the
Sad
game has
that
started
Jenkins had
correctly.
to say that.
It is there indeed.
This is a very good taunt, by the way.
Warning point
That's a
for
top 10.
Pop-Tart. That's 2.5. Warning point.
I'm fine with that.
2.5. All right, we're going to the decimal now. Very good.
Gonna get very confusing.
All right, so we got MNZ on the Sven.
Really not
30
feeling the Io
seconds to
Medusa
battle.
too much, especially into AA. This seems like a weird lane. Fairly weird game combo against these heroes.
Do you see how good this taunt is?
It's mediocre.
That's literally a top 10 taunt.
No, it is
You can,
not.
yes, the cooldown is very low. I did the stats on it. The cooldown is very low. The uptime's very high. It has a very, like, you can see how high up the particles go. It literally takes the entire screen, and it's very annoying.
Where would you
has
put
music.
Tinies?
Wait, the
battle begins.
So Tiny's is actually quite low, even though I think it's really good, but the uptime is
Yeah, Tinies is
atrocious.
atrocious, I see. Well,
What's-
the thing that I
there's-
thought
there's
the
a
Enchantress
cooldown?
was so good about it, the reason why I like the Enchantress one so much is Enchantress is the type of support that so much of the laning stage you're just bored, there's nothing to do, and you're also like zoning the guy away
you're being
from
really
lane.
annoying
You're
already.
being super annoying. So then if
Mhm.
you're just like seeing this Enchantress who you're already like spiteful of, and then he's just dancing with this music going around. That's why I thought even though the taunt itself may not be the best, the mental damage that you're
It does.
applying to
It
the
does
opponent's
mold
team.
me. It does really
Yes.
mold me against those safe lane enchantresses. Very annoying.
You mean when you're getting supported by it because you're playing carry?
Yeah, of course, yes. I feel the empathy for the enemy team.
See, look at this. That's annoying.
So, are you telling me taunts have different cooldowns?
Yes.
Yeah.
do.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
They
This
gotta
is-
balance the taunts properly.
And
You
the
think
newer
Ice
ones have
Frog
a
would overlook
lower,
that?
yeah, they have a lower cooldown versus the older ones. And of course, the older ones you can't. So you get extra points if you can use the taunt while moving, which is now technically most taunts in the game. But a lot of the older ones were garbage,
Seriously.
so they're kind of on a tier of their own. Like the original Pudge taunt was atrocious. The worst one in
Yeah.
the game might be Axe. Actually, Drow is the worst, I believe. But yeah, they've gotten a lot better, no doubt about it.
This 10th pick Omni's getting obliterated in lane. They just double range, click at him real hard. Omni usually struggles against like kill lanes that can basically nullify his regen from his first two spells, but they're just electing to go for the "you can't hit us, we hit you" strategy. As Matthew is running circles around Excel here.
Oh, he was trying to do the
one range creep drag thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's
Excel
pretty
actually
annoying.
denied that. These are some next level engagements from these supports. It's like the one
Support
guy
battle.
tries to do something and you know he's gonna do it, so you shut him down, and then he does it anyway.
Yeah, he did it anyway.
It's crazy.
Bottom lane, we're going to have a spear to start things off, and Michael gets the best of MNZ on that Sven.
Papita,
These are really
Papita.
nice body blocks.
Very
With the
good
body
body blocks.
Is
But
it gonna
will
be
it be enough? No.
I said that.
Michael will not commit. Would you have committed there,
I would've
gentlemen?
dove
I'm in.
face
I'm
first.
suiciding because you get full mana when you come back.
Yeah, on Skywrath specifically, I would have probably considered that.
100%. 100%. If he did that, the win rate of Sky would be higher. And you tell the Sky players from the non-Sky players. That also makes me favor Thunder Predator.
So Medusa IO versus 2 melee, I assume this will be fine for the most part for Infamous. Like, what's the play here, though, for Omni and company? Is we're going to see
Cut waves.
Papita get quite low. Just continue to cut waves over and over?
I think so. I really think so. The Omni, like Medusa used to be considered a counter to the Omni in lane because you would just steal his mana with the snake. It's not the same anymore, obviously.
Oh, we have cold
He
feet.
might get speared into tower, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to take some
Oh,
damage.
got
Oh,
back into it.
only one proc of the tower, though. A second one would have made a
Might
huge
be
difference.
enough.
Going to pop the fairy fire.
This is a battling lane. I don't think Sven likes these
Oh,
kind of lanes.
Papita. Does he have a spear coming up very shortly? He's going to take a stormbolt to the back of the head.
Oh, he's being
Sven
so
thought
careful.
about it for a second there, and there it is. The damage not even needed with the spear. Skywrath Mage, which is proclaimed to be a horrible hero by BSJ, just absolutely decimates this bottom lane.
I feel
3
like
kills
they're-
to his
I
name.
feel like they're playing right into it. This is exactly where he flourishes. Where unlike other heroes that are shitty, he actually has a power spike in the early lane.
Oh, the jump in onto the Medusa. This would be a pretty big kill. Sacred doesn't have a purification to work with anymore.
Taking literally no damage on Medusa.
That must be a 1 base armor buff.
Maybe that was it.
That's Sacred just
Sacred,
getting
though.
completely forced out of lane.
Careful, boy.
He will live, but
Is he actually going soaring first?
Leo style.
yeah, Leo Stunt not able to dodge that, but will live.
Is
Angus
Omni Knight
doesn't.
completing that soaring?
I would assume so.
That
Oh,
would make me upset if he did. Okay.
sending out some other stuff on the courier.
That is a situation where the reason why I'm malding about him potentially going soaring first. If he wants to go to the components, they're pretty value, that's fine. But you're suffering in the regen department. Like, you don't have enough health. And the problem with soaring is you literally take off your own health.
It's true.
So he's just like doubling down on the problems he's going to be having in lane if he goes for that. So gotta be careful there.
Early Soul Ring can feel very sad.
I think the boots are definitely needed when he's against 2 ranged heroes. It helps you mitigate the harass by running away from it, and maybe up the aggression by running into them.
Closing the old gap, as they say.
Up the wall.
Oh!
That's the second one we've seen in the last 2 games.
But he gets the taunt off, so it ends up evening out.
And it's actually a very low cooldown taunt, so we'll have it up again in a moment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Very nice.
he actually used it again.
Sacred, right on cue. We appreciate it. Unfortunately for him, he only has 12 last hits in this lane.
So if this was a pub, what T-minus how long until the items are on the ground, Jenkins?
Oh, jeez. I mean, he's already flaming the position 4, for sure.
Yeah, the laugh in the team chat.
Yeah, the pinging of usually one specific item he didn't like very much.
Yep.
I give him
Spear
like 5-10 minutes.
does technically connect, but
He actually
Be put
kicked him
into a
out
weird
of
situation.
the cold feet.
yeah, that's true. Some counter synergy occurring here in the bot lane.
Yeah, usually AA likes to be paired with a roaming forward that comes to the lane. With like the Nyxes, the Clockworks, the Earth Spirits. And in this case, we saw it there, but it usually isn't supposed to be used like that.
Leo Style continues to get the runes in the mid lane. In terms of CS, extremely even in that regard.
His Void Spear yesterday, or maybe the day before, was absolutely sick. Remember that, carrying the game?
Yeah, his rotations have been absolutely on point. He's doing really well in this lane too. This is like, I think the game matchup's definitely favoring Ember, but the lane is about even. Both just kind of need to use a lot of regen.
Yeah, they both rush bottle. A lot of it in the mid game actually comes down to which one gets the runes. So in this case, the Void Spirit being the beneficiary gets that haste rune and might be able to turn that into something. If I were him, I'd consider going back to base and coming back out full health, full mana. But he's actually going to use it more as the defend his own tower. So actually, he's giving up an entire creep wave. I feel like this is a bit telegraphed since...
Oh, this could be good timing, though.
Yeah, alleviate some pressure.
Mars is dead. Going to spear him back, but the Astral Step ensures the kill.
That's a big rotation. We saw Leo Style do this. You already mentioned the rotations. But he goes to the lane that's like a kill lane both ways. These kill lanes are easily momentum-based swinging.
He tips the balance.
Tips
Yeah.
Tips the balance. Thank you for saying what I meant better.
Good words.
I got you.
Very, very long words.
I got the old dictionary open here.
Now, would you say that Sacred has vindicated himself this game, BSJ?
Is that a good thing? Yeah, we were playing one night last night, and he said he could vindicate me, and I'm like, that sounds like a bad thing. And he's like, no, it's a good thing. I'm like, oh.
Pop Tart, could you get an old definition for vindicate up on the screen, please?
Dictionary.com is probably the source you'll want to go for. As Matthew's getting chased right now by the Ember Spirit, and they will find the kill. KXY. Another faded brooch coming into the game. Seems to be basically every time around. What do you think about if in the next big update, as Sven is actually going to pop the ult here?
He was planning to go jungle, but he wasn't going to get both melees if he didn't ult there. That is the most efficient ulting
All right.
I have ever seen,
Classic
actually.
carry play right there.
Oh,
That
but he
was
missed
sick.
a creep there, so
Okay.
it doesn't make up.
No!
And he missed the
Oh
second
my
one there.
god, MNZ. Everyone was watching you.
Oh, MNT, you're a joke.
Can we put MNZ on the
Literal
ban list,
trash,
please?
man.
Gotta add 1 point to his name. What do you
It's
think in the
2
next big
points 'cause that was
update
2 creeps.
if they double the neutral items, the amount?
Like, you get 6?
No, like, so how many exist in the game right now?
So if you
Oh.
get 2 slots for neutral items.
No, you don't get more slots. The same amount drop.
There's just more options.
There's just more
There's twice the chance that it'll drop now.
No, there's 50% the chance.
50%. There's 50%.
All right, just stop talking. Oh, Mars ult in the bot lane. The spear. That's going to be more than enough to take out AA. Leo Style did TP, but won't be able to do much about it. We'll just farm away. Sacred. It feels like every time we're on this top lane, he's running away from
At low
this
HP.
Medusa. Yeah, right clicks
Yeah.
with low
He
HP.
did finish the Soul Ring off. On Omni Knight, it's not as bad because your Soul Ring is used to heal yourself, but it's rough.
I mean, let's be real. This guy is literally just status resistance for Sven.
Yeah, but he
that's
does need to have a decent game.
kind of all this hero does.
Like, he is their 10th pick hero. I would hate to think their 10th pick hero also has an ass game for himself and becomes a, beta buffer here.
Well, I mean, look at his net worth.
I'm saying, like, it's,
think it's
you're
kinda
saying
happening.
it's okay, that's what he is, but that's
No,
not
no,
okay.
it's not okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if he was first round picked, okay.
I mean, I know you're used to, like, having virtually no net worth coming out of the laning phase, but usually
This
off
is
laners can
not
have
true. I'm
a
awful
lot of
carry
impact
player.
in the game. That's why you rotated the carry, because you were
I had
tired
too
of-
much.
You know,
net
you
worth.
could always add that to the ban list if you want, Jenkins. Him just making fun of your performances in game.
He would have way too many points if that were the case.
Yeah, I would run out of material as
Yeah,
well.
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I'm
Well, BSJ
severely limited.
According to Loda, if BSJ doesn't reference his pubs, he basically couldn't be a caster. So, and I would actually agree with that entirely.
Well, Thunder Predator is going to group up here in the top lane.
I think Jenkins deserves one for whatever that spiel was.
Uncontested.
Come on.
An uncontested tier 1 tower
Thank you.
was successful.
And that's not uncontested.
And
They're
it'll
just
be a
trading.
trade. Well, that is uncontested, though. That's the definition of uncontested. You don't contest it.
Go and pull up dictionary.com there, Pop Tart, once again.
They're going to vindicate me with the dictionary.com definition of uncontested.
Pull up a thesaurus here, please.
Thesaurus won't help.
Oh,
It's not how it works.
dictionary.com. Look up vindicated.
I think literally everybody in chat knows what vindicated means.
Yeah,
I've
it's-
heard
it's-
the word, but I thought it was the
To clear
as
from an accusation,
wow.
imputation. I don't know what imputation is. Suspicion or the like. AA, that's a Mystic Flare going to finish him off. It looks like an AA Blast coming in, but he was dead, so could not control it any further, but it is a 1-for-1 across the
thing
board.
is, I hear this word conviction, and I think of like conviction.
Well, Mars ult expended as well. Looks like the Void Spirit will fall.
Almost
Earth Spirit
dies
TPs.
full to 0 while TPing there on Earth Spirit. Good pressure though coming out from the Omni Knight Sven on the mid tower. We saw this from the Lifestealer earlier. Similar concept where the opponent team is rotating around the rest of your team, and you say, even though I'm farming, I know I'm this carry AFK guy. I'm not going to be a jungling useless guy. I'm going to hit their mid tower and force them to all rotate.
AFK in a kind of better place. Gets a little bit more off the map, doing the same thing.
And something about this for all the people at home that really care about getting better at Dota, for the 4 people in chat, is that this is all because he was farming near the mid lane. And as long as he's farming near there...
Ooh, this is a good combo if they can set it up. Very nicely done. AA Blast connects.
No.
Wow.
The Flame Guard.
Sacred, he wants it.
Sacred is a melee strength hero, and thus he can't catch up.
Come here, please.
So
Ember
I wanna be
Spirit
useful.
is- That was a perfect combo, though.
They're down by 4K.
At 13 minutes, that ain't good.
We're hating on the Medusa, but they're basically saying we're forcing your hand because we have the aggression from Sky Mars, which we just kill you every time arena's up. And while nothing's happening, we're just out farming you. So both Jenkins and I were not a fan of this Medusa, but clearly I'm a bit rusty on the carry, and Jenkins is just bad.
Okay, that's a point for BSJ.
Not
Just being unnecessarily mean.
very
Sorry.
harsh.
Sorry.
It's actually taking it a little far.
And
It's
while
kinda
we have a little
cutting
break
weight.
in the action, can we officially look up the word uncontested? I'm not sure why we need to do this, but BSJ deserves another point for being wrong on this one. Uncontested, not having been challenged.
Called into question or
Okay, so
disputed.
would we all agree that my use was correct?
Did they dispute the tower push?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
they did not.
I don't think so.
Did they challenge it?
No.
Would
No,
you
I don't think so.
They were
consider,
both
would you
uncontested.
consider the pushing of the bottom tower to be contesting
No.
or challenging, excuse me?
It's
their
literally the opposite, actually.
push? I see.
So we can add
Can we
another
look
point
up,
to BSJ.
No, I see the word I see the word challenge in uncontested. Can we look up the definition of challenge, please?
All right. I think we need BSJ needs another point added to have to look up the word challenge on
call or
dictionary.com.
something
Hey, don't
To
highlight
engage-
what are you doing? Don't highlight me.
To call or engage in any contest
I would like to say for
as
the
a
record,
skill, strength, etc.
for the record, when we added and say dumb things to the challenge, he started racking up points.
That's true.
When it was
BSJ
just
is
ban
out of
list,
control.
When it was just ban list, I was #1 in the league.
That's not true either. As we can see a smoke here from Infamous onto 3.
Yes, I did start.
Mars has the Yule Scepter of Divinity
Is
ready
this
to
golf,
go.
or is this like we're trying to go for the high score?
Papita, there it is, the
Status
combo.
resist, though, doesn't dispel.
They have enough damage, it looks like. AA Blast does connect on several heroes, though, but AA dies shortly after. So it's a 5v3 advantage now for Infamous, still with that 4K lead right now, but the Tier 1 tower looks to be taking a lot of damage. They could probably finish it off with the next wave.
I've never felt so wrong about a game.
You know why I
Game
love
is just so
Skywrath
smooth
Mage?
for the Dire Squad.
I love Skywrath Mage, ignore what BSJ is saying, because you never, ever lack damage to kill somebody. There is no amount of tankiness the enemy team can get where you won't be able to kill somebody if they are stunned.
Unless they have a single 4-staff.
No, I mean, I'm saying there's a situation where you can like zone the force staff, catch somebody out where their team is nowhere near them. There are scenarios you can force where you will have enough damage to kill somebody.
You never have the problem of we need to all in this one guy and you can't do it.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can always all in. And I love that on Skywrath because it means you can pick heroes like Medusa. And like Medusa is a tower, but she's not doing damage right now.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
she-
basically a mobile tower.
Yeah, at this
Mobile,
point.
yep.
For now, she'll eventually do damage. I'm not saying she won't. She's going to eventually do great damage. But Skywrath Mage is just like, I got you. I got you.
God, it feels
Yeah,
so
she's-
good. I
she's
love
like
the
the
Quelling
Crutch.
Blade efficiency. All the trees are gone, so you can just farm both camps at once. Might have done that with Tether as well, but the Quelling Blade is in the inventory,
Radiant
so...
structures are fortified.
Yeah, she's working towards her Scotty.
Are fortified.
About 2K away from finishing that bad boy. As Sven will be showing off his new Aghanim Scepter purchase here with this full 5-man smoke.
They need to kill the Sky, actually. I
They need to kill literally anybody at this point. Ember Spirit, Yules into the air, into the Aether Remnant with the AA Blast.
Needs
Should
to
be
die.
enough.
Oh my god, barely.
Down he goes. Medusa's going to pop that ult, but nobody's looking at the disgusting face of her, so they will not turn to stone. Instead, they'll turn back around. MNZ with a Stormbolt very shortly, I assume. Not sure if they actually want to go on her. All right, it's going to pop the Manta. Not doing that much damage to her. She gets the Aether Remnant applied to her. The mana's getting extremely low as a result, though. Excel. That's a big ult from the Earth Spirit. You can continue to stack damage over time on that bad boy. That would be nice. But the Spirit going to keep MNZ in place. But Stormhammer's back out of that ult. And he's going to find 2 kills off the cleave. But with that, and they're extremely low on HP, they need to run.
Nice save by Sacred there. After the spear, he immediately dispelled it with the Heavenly Grace, saving his Sven there, allowing him to then stun out.
Oh, Leo Style actually continues down that trajectory, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh, he almost got it.
Have you ever thought when you walk up that hill, you just instantly push Q, and if the guy's in your range, like you don't even react. But if he was TPing right there, you get him. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's basically the only way that you can get that timing.
Yeah, you usually don't have time to process that he is there and then chain.
And the average human reaction time is actually 1,000 milliseconds, according to my stepbrother at Thanksgiving dinner table.
Would you agree with that?
I would.
In your opinion, would you agree with that?
In my opinion, he has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. He's never played a video game before in his life.
I see. So when you say average, is that of all age groups, or is that of like the demographic that plays video games?
I have no idea. He was not thinking into it very clearly.
Well, you two are definitely related.
I said stepbrother. Okay.
That's
true.
Definitely relations.
I do.
Another 5-man smoke from Thunder Predator. They could go for Roche in theory.
They could just Roche. I mean, the Roche taking's not all that good. They'd have to pop the Sven ulti, which is a bit risky.
I feel like SUNSfan needs to say more stupid things.
Well, I'm trying to win the game here, guys.
I see.
I'm very professional.
I know how I could bait him. I really do.
Oh boy.
I can't see quite that far, Jenkins. What is the kill score right now?
Aether Remnant going to set this up with the Yules. Mars at half HP already to start things up. It does get off the ultimate and the spear, and will just walk away safely. Medusa's going to pop her ult in turn with the Mystic Flare applied. Is that enough damage to take out the Sven? Indeed it is, and he had already popped his ult as well, so that's going to be down for quite a while. So this is a big turnaround for Infamous, which shouldn't be too big of a surprise considering they're up by 8,000 gold right now.
He's got
Sacred TPing out right in front of the entire enemy squad. Very ambitious TP from him. Unfortunately for him, he will die as well, and this is a free Roche.
MNZ was holding on his stun because he didn't want to use his initiation on the Mars that was already initiated onto, but then the Mars just ultis and kills him from 200 health. So definitely a bit of a greedy play there from the Sven when you're down by this much, but maybe he had to do that. I'm not sure.
I mean, I get it. It's like you said it earlier. You really want to go on the Skywrath or the IO in this game. You just two-hit them, and otherwise they're going to kill you. So it does feel really bad. I mean, obviously,
sadly, you have to kill the Mars, though, right?
In that situation, you have to. But I get the impulse to just try to go for the supports.
Yeah, small decisions like that can just backfire so hard, or they can pay off. So it makes sense that he would go for it. But
the double TP.
Do get the mid tower on Leo style. 8K net worth lead for Infamous, officially higher than Jenkins MMR.
Oh, that's a point.
For Jenkins?
God damn you. You are the reason. You are the sole reason.
Man, you guys are in, for those that obviously can't see the screen that we're looking at, the point system, the higher the worse. Okay, so BSJ has now taken the lead with 11 and Jenkins at 10.
I'm taking the lead.
So with a 1-point lead now, it is going to come down to the last game, I would assume, tonight.
It's anybody's game here.
You got to start racking up those points there, Fanny.
Yeah, you're really running low there.
Well, the idea is to not rack up points. I think you guys missed the point on it.
You should have told me that ahead of time.
Yeah, well.
Because you're the one missing points, not us.
SUNSfan, what do you think about belching?
I think it's an interesting concept that you should talk more about if you'd like to add a point to your list, Jenkins. That was your bait.
No, That
He
was
was
a
dangling it out.
That was
there.
a joke bait. I was joke bait. I'm just, fishing a little.
All right, 5-man smoke here for Infamous. One's going to
MJZ,
pop
gank
there.
Tank extraordinaire.
Yeah, Pepita. Cold Feet will not proc, but
The preemptive stone gaze to
oh
try
wow.
to cancel TP.
AA just evaporated,
Is under attack.
which is not really possible because he's made of ice.
I was gonna say he would have to transform into the liquid state
Yeah.
prior to evaporating.
That is very true.
Otherwise, I believe it is called. What is it to go from ice to to gas immediately? I'm looking this up.
Okay, very good.
You're the gas expert.
We could just ask production because they've been looking words up for you that are very basic in nature. So I feel like they could take the next step if they want.
Going from solid to gas.
That would be to eviscerate. Ice to gas is evisceration.
Sublimation is the process of
Sublimation.
transformation directly from solid to gaseous. Gaseous?
Cassius Clay.
BSJ is learning
All the stuff I learned in
the,
college.
the English language of a children's level English language right now.
Oh, you can see the AA Blast come in, but there's a Storm Hammer. That is a lot of damage to the IO, and they will get Excel. Does not have buyback right now, but it's going to be a trade for the Ancient Apparition. But MMZ getting kited as the pressure is going to continue to be applied to him because Medusa is still healthy, the Ember is still healthy, but they're turning around a little bit now to the Skywrath Mage, who drops. So it's a 2-for-2 as this fight continues to
Wow,
ensue.
what a kick.
Triple kill for Pakaz.
But he's stunned back in.
And the Stormhammer continuing to do a lot of damage with the right clicks, but it's just not enough.
The problem is it cost them so much at this point to kill the supports because of the very obvious gold lead that Infamous has, that the cores, in the time that it takes them to kill the supports, the cores just kill them. So it's like they have the right idea, I think, of going on the supports because they're the easy kills, but they're so far ahead on Infamous, you can't even do that now. Like you actually need to get a greedy core pick off, but then somehow silence the backlines or something like that. Or you need to get a pick off just not in a team fight entirely.
I would say whenever I'm having a rough game as a carry, you have to really give yourself the cathartic experience of just murdering the enemy 5 position, because that's about all you can do at that point, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because look at your net worth at this point. He's about to be eclipsed by the 2 and 3 position of the opponent's squad, so you have to pick on the little guys who are still only about half your net worth or less. Take notes, carry players.
Wait, they're losing.
I'm saying when you're losing, it's your only option left.
But they're continuing to lose.
I'm not saying it's going to turn the game
How do you
around,
turn the loss to a
They
win?
turn the loss to a win
well, in
then.
a game like this, where you're in a bad carry matchup and you're down by 7,000 gold, you're not turning it around.
That's 13K, actually.
No, I'm saying
I
like
disagree. I think
I'm
that's
saying in a
toxic NA mentality.
between the Sven and the Medusa, there's a 6K net worth gap.
Here's what you do, okay? What you do is you smoke. You put the Void Spirit
That's
in
a bad
first.
habit. Continue.
Well, that depends on what you're smoking there, BSJ. Apparently you smoked some before this with all the words we have to look up.
Okay. I think we should actually take a point off of Jenkins there.
A point off of Jenkins.
Put him down to 9. That was.
I mean,
I appreciate that.
That's a
that-
good thing,
that
but
was
sure.
a good, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
impressed.
props to you for that one.
I'm impressed.
That was witty, Jenkins. That was witty.
Okay. All right, thanks, BSJ.
Every dog has
BSJ
his
really
day.
wants to lose this competition. He thinks the more points, the better.
Which
Nobody
I am
tell
owning.
him that
I
it's the
am
opposite.
owning.
The classic BSJ, he just like makes a prediction and then like changes the rules
Yeah.
entirely as it goes forward.
He's done it many times.
It's like, well, I was saying that they would lose, but actually what I meant is they were going to win.
Right.
The same way that they were going to lose. That's how he's going to win this frequent dumb thing that I don't even know what the fuck to call it.
Yeah, we need to make a graphic for this.
It's the BLF DTWS. Is that
Sponsored by Monster Energy.
Yes. That gives us the energy to BS as long as we have.
That's not a good advertisement. I don't think they would-
5-man smoke
Monster Energy band.
for
Monster
Thunder
Energy.
Predator.
I don't
Yeah,
think they would.
we'll make a graphic here for next time,
Mars
guys.
might
As
go down.
Mars. Yeah, A Blast.
Roll the
Oh,
purge.
all right. The Dispel from the Stormhammer. Very nicely done. Medusa, though, goes into rage mode. It's going to try to be countered here to a degree.
They're looking for this
They're
guy.
going straight for the sky.
And the Sky looks to be dead. We'll get off a little bit of damage in the meantime, but the cleave
nice.
is out of control.
Okay.
3 dead in the blink of an eye for
Ember.
Infamous. They're going to buy back onto the Skywrath Mage. Sven
He's out of mana. Oh,
still
Medusa.
relatively low, and Medusa is looking very good still. Half HP.
Oh.
So despite all the kills going in favor of Thunder Predator to start, they just can't kill these cores.
Now imagine if that wasn't 16K. That was like a
Yeah,
a
they would have
4K
wiped.
lead. Yeah.
It's
crazy.
21 charges on Medusa. That goes a long way, too.
How much
Right.
effective HP is 21 wand charges on Medusa?
You tell me. You're the one that poses these dumb, absurd questions.
Well, mana shield is 2.5 damage per mana. So if she gets 300 health plus 300 mana, that gives her 750 health from the mana, which is 1,050 health
All right, I asked you
on a
for the,
20 charge wand.
I asked you for the I didn't ask you to calculate and show your math. This isn't a math test here in 3rd grade there, BSJ. Ask for the damn answer.
It's 1,050, Jenkins.
Okay, well.
All right, well, Mars ult into the Mystic Flare will result in a kill onto the Earth Spirit. Maybe not the best target in the world, but they'll take what they can get, I suppose, is like you were saying, with this massive gold lead. They can pretty much do anything they want.
On Mars.
Really?
That's something.
Did it act? It did not activate, though,
Yeah,
did
it did.
Oh.
It's his job. He thinks it's his job to go in and draw a ton of attention to himself away from the Medusa, and he just wants to not instantly die now. Which is kind of cool.
Now there's an Aghanim Scepter on the Ember Spirit, so those remnants will be coming.
It does seem like the answer to Sven has strayed away from how can we mitigate his damage
To
to
just survive
how
for
can
2
we
seconds?
how can we literally avoid it entirely by just disjoining it and running away from him, or avoiding it by having a neon disc. Like, you actually can't just get ACs and stuff and deal with Sven. He just does way too much damage.
You could have mana shield though, because clearly Medusa was able to woman fight him there.
This is true. 1,015 effective HP according to the calculations.
Can we talk about Medusa here for a second?
Go ahead.
Why does she look so hideous?
Because it's her ult is literally look at me and you turn
Yeah,
to stone because I'm
that
so ugly.
that is her ult. Why
Yeah.
is she hideous by default?
So you think her ult should like transform her into a
Yes,
hideous
because
being?
that is the actual lore of Medusa.
Oh, that is true.
She should be
That is true.
beautiful.
That is true.
You look at her because she's beautiful, and she activates her ult,
That
turns
is
into a
so-
disgusting nature.
I have never thought about this, and I feel like I've missed something my entire Dota career. Honestly,
Yeah.
that is so true.
I personally disagree, and I think it's actually what is on the inside that counts.
No,
No,
And,
this
that's an old wives' tale that you tell
That's
people.
actually the Medusa alternate persona that we need.
I was gonna say
Makes her
Medusa-
beautiful.
Medusa
and then
actually
turns
seems-
into ugly.
Great, that sounds good to me. All right, this might potentially be the final fight of the game despite this lead here. Pepita getting quite low inside the Mars ult. Gonna roll away with the Earth Spirit, but the Omni's dead, the Sven is dead. Thunder Predator are dropping like flies on the face of Medusa because she looks so disgusting. Only insects will be around that disgusting face. How many times can I say disgusting before somebody tells me to change the subject? Add a point to me, please. So Spear into the base, but again, this is just going to be an easy Roche for Infamous. And I just cannot see a way for Thunder Predator to come back in this
Look at
game.
those Skywrath Mage right clicks. Holy shit.
big.
He's dishing them out. Telescope even. Oh my god, what a valuable neutral item here.
He's such a big boy. He's even breaking the game and right clicking from outside of the Roche pit.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to be possible.
Very impressive stuff there from Michael.
He just knows his limits.
He has such long range. Do you think his last name is Jordan?
Okay, that's a point for BSJ. That's Michael Jordan didn't actually have good range. He was not a good three-point shooter.
Was
not?
he a good
No.
was he a good 2-point shooter?
Yeah, very good mid-range
I
shooter.
I thought he was
then
good at
that
like
should
the
be-
15-foot, 17-foot jumpers.
Yeah, that's not long range.
That
don't
should be
consider that long range?
that should be
3-point
2
is long
points.
range.
That should be 2 points for BSJ because he was a 2-point shooter.
Well, that's up to the judges.
Oh, don't give me a point for that. Are you serious? Oh, come on!
Yeah, Jenkins,
I like
trying
that.
to add extra points on for literally no reason.
Yeah,
That's a
freaking
Jenkins move, no doubt.
Jenkins.
Okay, getting back into this game. Finally, Ember Spirit picks up an Arcane Rune. That'll work very nicely with his Aghanim Scepter. Those charges respawn a little bit faster.
How does it work, timeout, if you are getting a charge, say the charge is halfway charged, and you pop an Arcane Rune?
That's a Gunner question. Can we go ahead and Pop-Tart get Gunner to call in here?
Yes. Pop-Tart, can you please page Gunner? He's got nothing else to do. They're knocked out of the tournament.
That's too soon, my friend.
Jeez.
AA Blast coming in. But Medusa doesn't really care too much about this. We'll be taking out the tier 3, absolutely no problem, as now the initiation is there with the Mars ult to follow.
These Mars ultis are
AA
hype.
destroyed. The right clicks commence, but that is a Guardian Angel, which will mitigate a lot of that damage. But really, they're just stuck by their fountain.
Papita's voice chat usage is pretty weak though. Like I feel like when he popped that arena, a fight me was very appropriate right there.
Papita's not much of a voice line user actually. He's very, very chill. He just does his thing, you know.
Whenever one of us is talking, production is highlighting her name, ready to add an extra count to us.
Well, they're trying not to get points because we added them to the list.
That's true.
Well, that's going to be... All right, you can add a point to my list for this. Did they get bottom racks? I can't even remember anymore.
No, they did not.
Okay.
That's
definitely a point.
You've
Wishful
actually-
thinking on that one?
No, you've actually been displaying several instances
Of dementia?
Early onset dementia.
Well, that's my life in a nutshell. I have a goldfish memory.
I believe goldfish should be eaten.
Okay, that's another point.
That is indeed him talking
For
about consuming
Jenkins?
pets.
God damn it.
That is the ban list.
Yeah, that's not for a dumb thing. That's for the ban list.
You're baiting me.
How is that baiting?
Well, just because I would agree with him on that. Finally, something we agree on. So it's very, very simple sort of siege here. Just run the Medusa in. You don't really care that much.
They have 1 kill per net worth, per 1,000 net worth lead right now on the side of Influence.
Yeah, this is a mega stomp.
I remember Jenkins predicted Thunder Predator will win this game.
Well, I just thought Thunder Predator, you know, was confident in their players.
You're supposed to take me down with you. I also
You know,
predicted them.
the one shining beacon of this game, though, is Sacred, even when in a horrible state that they are now, is continuing to use that taunt off cooldown.
And he also has all of his items
Yeah.
in his inventory.
Yeah. Well, maybe he deleted one or something, because that net worth is looking pretty rough.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower.
Brian really loved that one. He loved
I
it.
like that one a lot.
Loves the flames. What do you do to a Medusa like this? They have the Mars ulti too. Like
Yeah,
he's
there's-
just sitting there waiting.
They
I
have
don't think
nothing.
I've ever heard Jenkins like trash talk just jokingly like that.
Dude, it's you. You're a bad influence.
I'm rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
All right, what percentage of damage can they do to Medusa? What HP will she be at?
I think she'll always be on full because they're still going to work through her mana pool.
Full.
Yeah.
And she still has Aegis to work with as she continues to right-click from afar. Another Mars ult results in the Void Spirit dead. Double buyback, though, and Medusa is still untouched. Level 24
They've
now.
almost got him.
Oh, okay, she's not technically full HP right now.
They did hit him with the Medusa ult, or the AA ult, so he can't be healing.
Okay. And GG is
Don't even bother buying back.
finally called. This was
Yeesh.
not remotely close after the 5-minute mark.
The stream will have to be labeled NSFW after this.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think there was a lot more. I think there was a lot more to that draft than we anticipated.
I agree.
That was one of those games where we have some perception, some idea of how it's going to be played, and we're just completely wrong. It's hard to read into it 100%. Clearly, they practiced that. Yeah, Infamous looked really good. I think they played really well too. It wasn't just the draft.
Whenever I'm playing carry and I'm getting messed with the entire laning phase, and the other guy's just chilling, hitting creeps, it just never feels like it's going to pan into a win. And that seemed like in this game is the Sky Mars just continuously pressuring the Sven, while the Medusa just the Omni Knight did not accomplish.
Yeah,
that same
last
thing.
pick Omni Knight too.
Yeah.
It did not work out.
All right, well, Thunder Predator put up a real stinker this time around. Let's see if they can change their diaper and have a better performance. All right, at a point. I'm sorry. Let's go to a quick break.